Alright, y'all, we right back. Cold Harbor, episode 10. I feel like episode 10 is a good place to maybe kind of do a little recap of the stuff that we've done so far. A few key pieces of the city that we have built that maybe if this is your first episode, you haven't seen. So let's check that out. So we built a Payless shoe store right here. There's some other stuff too. We got a sewer, the Ninja Turtle style with the steam coming out. Parking lot, it's got 2 layers. It's levels right here. Broke ass street hockey setup. I do remember building this. I don't remember the other stuff, but I remember we built that. I don't know what. It was like Martin Luther King or something, right? Oh yeah, and then we built some hills, you know what I'm saying, for when you're coming around the mountain and whatnot. I don't know, was that some wood or something, pause. And then I remember we put these snowmen right here. With some ice. I remember we put these big pieces of ice out in the water. And then this was like last week. Y'all know the rest, man. So let's get right to it. All right, so we're going to start off right here with a corner asset. Even though this corner is kind of curvy and we could have did something with a little bit more of a dynamic shape, we're going to keep that squared up like that. And all of these, the rest of these, other than that corner asset, are commercial assets. I want it to be jumping. I want it to be lively. I want it to be goods getting delivered, people walking by right here in between these two, this little highway section right here. Now, we're only going to focus on this side for this episode, but I think maybe either the next episode or the episode after that, we're going to jump back and like the ultimate goal is just make this a really, really jumping node in the city. We're going to have pedestrian paths connecting everything up. We're going to have our first subways. It's coming to Cold Harbor, but it's not going to be like a real subway. It's going to be like the LA subway, man. They go like 4 places and that's all. You need to get right here and get to downtown. But we're not going to have like a full, New York style, London style metro system that hits every hood. And we're gonna use buses for all that. So on the back side of this, you'll see me laying out some high density residential. The high density residential, if you did not know, can handle the noise from the commercial zones a little bit better than your low density stuff. So if you're ever having trouble, man, try to stack some offices and some high residential around your subways, your metro stations, anything like that that's creating a lot of noise, because those folks, they know what they signed up for, man. They can handle it a little bit better. Right here on the corner of this, I thought this would be a perfect place to add a little liquor store, man. You can slide through 24 hours, get you a pack of cigarettes or a lottery ticket. The back side of this, now, it's on a little depression. It's not exactly flat, and I knew that when I was building it, and that's cool. You'll see what's behind this in a later episode, but I felt like, we don't got to pack it wall to wall. Pause. We can have a little. Now this isn't a green space. I guess this would be called a gray space in between the buildings. It's got parking. You can see people getting their trash. It's big enough for a trash truck to come through, delivery truck to come through. And also we want to have, places for people to park. So, we got to spend a little bit of time laying these little parking nodes, not full parking lots, but just parking nodes out, speed bumpers, curb props, and an avenue light. On our commercial side, we're going to throw down a Foot Locker because we got to get them kicks right. And this is like a pizza mancini. I don't know how it's pronounced. If you have this in your city, let me know. We're going to put down a little McDonald's cafe. People be clowning on McDonald's, but McDonald's done got me through the hard time, man. We're going to throw it down a Chipotle, a couple of deli signs, a couple of neon signs. And of course, I finally found a place where I could use my Tim Hortons, man. So we bobbed off the park. While I'm doing this pre-detailing, as I like to call it, we'll go ahead and turn on the radio and get into at least some news or something, man. Some stuff been happening around the city. I got to keep y'all up to date.
From around the city and around the world, I'm Oprah Spinfree, and this is Chill News. A man who was viciously attacked in Anchor Park last Tuesday is at home recovering. Chill News reached out for a statement, and his only response was, "Them just thought they upped the score, but new op pack coming soon." I don't know what any of that means. Last night in Northport, after a years-long investigation, 4 people were arrested for the illegal smuggling of penguin meat. They're currently being held without bond. And finally, Harbor Avenue will be officially renamed Shakira Payton Avenue in a celebration held by the mayor this weekend. From around the city and around the world, I'm Oprah Spinfree, and this is Chill News.
All right, Oprah, appreciate you keeping us tapped in on what's going on around here in Cold Harbor, man. So I wanted to really give some attention to this little key wall right here. You can see we've got our Sunken Highway. It's like the very beginning of the Sunken Highway. On the other side, we're going to make something crazy, man. We're going to get to that later on down the line, but I really wanted to give some attention to that key wall. Right now, we got to give some attention to this last little block, man. This is kind of like the last block of the neighborhood. There's an avenue cutting this off from the rest of whatever we build. So, you know me, man. I love figuring out ways to add a little sauce, a little zhuzh, if you will, a little je ne sais quoi. Is that how you say that? Je ne sais quoi. Is that how you say? I mean, we got French folks. So y'all let me know in the comments. Did I just butcher that? I don't know, man. Y'all know I probably heard that from that candle in Beauty and the Beast. Anyway, we're gonna take this little space right here and kind of make a little lot out of it. Unfinished. Maybe there was a building here at one point. Maybe there never was. You know, it probably used to be a nice green space back in the day, and then folks happened. So we're gonna throw some trash down, some broken pavement areas. Every once in a while, this gets used by various and nefarious characters for all types of skullduggery. Who knows, man? It's one of those lots. We've all seen them. We all got them in our cities, man. These places that we walk by and we be like, man, why don't somebody do something with this, man? We could put some little planters right here. We could grow some squash, some corn or something. We could turn this into something, but man, we're going to keep going with the kind of the row house kind of New York style feel. And it's looking okay, but right about here, I started thinking, yo, this is like a trash idea. This ain't got no sauce. This really don't got no je ne sais quoi. So we started all over with using something that looked a little more unified, which is these brownstones. And I mean, okay, but I don't know, man. I don't call it. This might be je ne sais, but it ain't got no damn quoi. So we're gonna start one more time. We got these tall, New York style buildings, and we can kind of flip the colors, make them a little brighter, make it feel a little more affluent. And I'm still like, yo, this idea. It's trash, man. We could go more in this, man. Let's play into the French Canadian culture, actually tapping in a little bit more of the French side, tapping into some actually, deep in the South, man. Them French folks was running stuff along, down in New Orleans and stuff. That's why all them names is like that. That's why they have a French Quarter. So I started thinking to myself, y'all see I can't spell, but let's get some French Quarter inspired designs. And I'm looking at the buildings and I'm like, that's cool. I definitely want them balconies, but this is too easy to let's just build exactly this. Like, and I can't even have all that vegetation and colorfulness like that. That's a little bit out of tone with how frosty my city is, if we being honest. So I'm like, let's use some assets and let's make our own French Quarter inspired style district, but we're gonna use like these London type terraced buildings, and we gonna design our own French Quarter that's got all of the cultures kind of mixed in, man. We got, because we do have French people of French descent in Cold Harbor. We got Americans, we got people from England, and of course we got Native Americans. We own their land. I'm gonna tell y'all about that. Let's play some tunes right now.
It's your boy DJ Rucko, man. We about to get into another brand new exclusive mix from them boys over there at 3 a.m. Chill. Let's go.
When you're leaving Whole Foods on the way to spin the block, WCHL 99.3 Chillmation Radio.
I'm right here, dawg. Where my dogs at? We right here, dawg. Where my dogs at? I'm right here, dawg. What must I go through to show you shit is real? And I ain't really never gave a fuck how niggas feel. Rob and I steal, not cause I want to, cause I have to. And don't make me show you what the Mac do. If you don't know by now, then you slip. I'm on some bullshit that's got me jacking niggas flipping. Let my man in them stay pretty, I'ma stay shitty. Cruddy, it's all for the money. Is you with me? The bitches, and I'll commit the crime. When it's on, we transform like Optimus Prime. I'll form the head, roll out, let's make it happen. If we ain't gon' get it with this, we'll take it cap. Bustin' off, dustin' off, softest niggas. Money with the biggest mouth, so let's off this nigga. I'm off this nigga, never made a sound. Breathe too fucking hard and you getting bust down. Y'all niggas wanna be killers? Get at me, dawg. Y'all niggas wanna fill us? Get at me, dawg. Y'all niggas want the break? Get at me, dawg. niggas, cause they deserve it. When money got murdered, they know he died slow, cause they hurt it. The nigga ain't blew up the spot in a while, and the motherfucker ain't got shot in a while. Just takes a light up, the fuck the night up. Blow everything in sight up. Fuck around and I had your ass right up. And it makes some shit you wasn't able to stand. Like I said, that I'm disabling man with a wave with a hand. The days are longer and it seems like I'm facing time. I've got a lot of dreams, but I'm not really chasing mine. I soak it all up like a sitting fly. Nowadays getting by, that's more than occasional meal and getting high. I live to die, that's where I'm headed. Let your man hold something. Now it's all about you can get it.
Y'all niggas wanna be killers?
Get at me, dog.
Y'all niggas wanna fill us?
Get at me, dog.
Y'all niggas want the bread?
Get at me, dog.
What?
Come to jail. When in the back, let your faggot ass face down. Lucky that you breathing, but you dead from the waist down. Fuckers on your mind, talking that shit that you be talking. And I bet you wish you never got hit, cause you be walking. But shit happens and fuck it, you done did your dirt. Niggas just wondering, how the fuck you hid your skirt right under their eye. Massive surprise to the guy. And one of they mans was a bitch in disguise. Fucking with cats that order more hits and slaughter more kids. Let me holler at you, yo, that Baltimore shit. Yeah, I mean, I'm just robbing to eat. And there's at least 1,000 of us like me starving the street. When we starve and we eat, whatever's there. Come on, you know the code in the street, whatever's fair. Blood stains and chalk means your man couldn't walk after the talk about him not being on the 1133 to New York. Transforming that niggas, so get it quick. And yo, for real, that nigga can't can suck my dick. And it's gonna take all these niggas in the rap game to barely move me. Cause when I blow shit up, I have niggas falling like white bitches in a scary movie. You know I don't know how to act. Get too close to niggas, it's like, check the bite fight, stand back. What's that? I thought you niggas was killers, demented. Fuck you want me to do with this coward? Finish him, send it.
Alright, so y'all can see we kind of got that laid out. We hit it with the bricks on the street, the two-tone sidewalks. Man, we not playing right now. We gonna use some of these French assets to make some sort of facades to complete our French Quarter look. Let's get into our comment of the week, and that comes from Confused Raccoon. They say it's criminal how you run to 10K. I tried to say your stuff in my Reddit. They took me down immediately, gave me a warning. Anyway, them jetty rocks are used for the erosion. They confirmed that I was at least partially right about the jetty rocks. I'm not gonna read it exactly. Y'all know I can't read, but appreciate you, Confused Raccoon, for confirming that I was right, that the jetty rocks are to kind of protect the land, the environment, and you said it's from erosion. So I wasn't all the way out the ballpark. That makes me feel, you know, a little less dumb. So we're shrinking down a little chocolate building right there. I think they make chocolates. All these little under assets come from like French packs that I found. Now we're working on our second layer, so y'all can see me. I did download those French Quarter balcony pack. That is King Leno on the beat. King Leno type beat if you're looking for that on the workshop. And right now I'm just using PO to kind of add some windows to the side because my OCD won't let that ride. We're going to do something dope to this little corner. Don't even worry about it. But right now we're just going to line this up to kind of make it feel more squared off. And then we got to add in a few of our missing props. While I'm right here, I'm like, yo, you know what? This is a dope spot. We can go in right here. And I say it to y'all because it sounds cooler than me saying that the OCD really just took over, man. It was probably 7 o'clock in the morning. I hadn't been asleep at all, and I just saw something in my head, and I started making it. But that's why I love Skylines, man, because they got so many assets and so much stuff that if you see a little idea like that, you can go in. We're going to come back to that. Right now, we're going to keep laying out our balconies, because I did notice in the little screenshot that they're like 3-4 levels sometimes, so I didn't want to just do 2 layers. I felt like that wasn't French Quarter enough. I was disrespecting the French. I don't want no war with the French. So we're going to stack up those barriers so nobody falls off. Again, I don't want no war with the French. Also, I got some of those French cafe type signs and laid it out. We're going to also put another section. Don't worry, we're going to slide those doors over. Those are doors. Those things sticking out was doors. We're going to line that up. And we're going to make sure we put the sides on those too. So it don't feel like it's just, you know, people can just walk off the side. I was really worried about that. But y'all will notice I always got my barriers. The barricades is 360. Let's turn the lights down. Like we about to listen to some Marvin Gaye. And we're going to put these lamps up. We got to line the streets with some lamps. I'm not going to show all of it, man. And then they had hanging lamps. I found some hanging lamps on the workshop. Again, I think they came with a French, some kind of gas lamps pack. And I'm like, perfect time. I would never have another opportunity to use these anywhere else because they just don't fit time wise. So this is what time I could go crazy with like the older assets. Speaking of, bam, used bookstore / antique store, man. Come on in, man. I ain't really seen nobody do this, or at least ain't nobody did it to the level that I'm about to do it. So that asset that I got these little bookshelves from was the used bookstore asset that's on the workshop. But y'all can see I slapped it with the PO. I went PO crazy. Also, going forward, I'm going PO crazy. I'm not looking at myself with shame for using PO. I'm not trying to show anybody starter from day one, this is how you play the game. I'm trying to show people who are familiar with the game, these are the things you can do if you kind of download this and learn how to finesse that. Some of this is just prop control. Like all these props come in a French antiques type pack. Every once in a while, I have to use PO on something that might not be from the pack. Once in a while, I can use prop control. We don't even actually need PO as much no more because some genius came up with prop control, and it allows you entry control, which allows you to just quick upscale and downscale stuff. So, shout out to the creator that came up with that because that saves so much time. Now you don't have to use PO on every single thing. But I do use PO on stuff like the streets wouldn't be possible without that. Prop control can only do so much. So I'm going to hit this with a bunch of those winter alder trees. And on the back sides of this, I wanted to make them feel complete, but I didn't. I'm not going to lie, like I had some super crazy neighborhood idea of stuff to do in people's backyards. So you will see me hit a couple of things with some grills and stuff like that. But this is more frontal activity, man. Full frontal nudes. We throwing down some curb props and some of the hedges that have the snow right on the top. We also gonna hit it with some of those ratty bushes that I love using everywhere. Still keeping a weathered eye on the workshop to see if I see anything else that works as good. But right now, those and shrinking down them big red trees work the best as bushes for me. As far as color-wise in this city, we definitely have a muted color scheme. I'm using some of those hanging lights in those gazebos, and these, spruces. The Siberian somethings. Those are like the goat trees of this whole series, man. Without those, I don't know how this would look. You can see me giving a little bit of detail to this backside and a couple of more sprinkles on the outside of the front. I may over time see a few places to put stuff here and there, but that draws this episode to a close. It's a little bit shorter than we're used to, but at least I got all them silent episodes, them silent movies, man. Them Charlie Chaplins had to get up out of here, man. I appreciate all the continued loyalty and engagement, the spreading of ye old word. Y'all doing God's work out there right now, man. No matter what path my life takes, I will never try to sell y'all nothing on YouTube. I will never post my Cash App. I will never start a Patreon, man. I don't need none of that from y'all. I don't want y'all money. I want YouTube money. You know what I want from y'all? I want y'all to like. I want y'all to comment. I want y'all to subscribe. I want y'all to tell folk. And I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all in the next episode. Peace.
Now hit the like, comment, and subscribe.